Hi, it's Allannah. Welcome back to YogaYin. Thank you so much for joining us. Today I'm going to take you through a sequence for pregnancy, yoga for pregnancy. This is for a student who's been working with the YogaYin videos for nearly a year. She had a miscarriage in March of this year, followed by a chemical pregnancy. But following a routine of the egg quality video and the uterine lining video and the yoga for anxiety, she managed to get pregnant again, and this time she's actually 5 months pregnant. So she's experiencing lower back pain and she has got a slight weak area in the lumbar spine anyway. So this video is going to be focusing on the lumbar spine and just gently opening and stretching her body. She's in her second trimester, so we can make it a little bit more dynamic. I hope you enjoy it. If you would like a sequence of your own, please do contact me on Facebook or at my email address, allannah@yogayin.com.au. I only have one left for the year, and that is in mid-December. So do let me know if you would like that booking, and enjoy. Namaste. So for our pregnancy yoga, we're going to need a couple of things. We're going to need 2 large sized pillows or bolsters if you have them, something for under your head, also a blanket. And because this is second trimester, we can work a little more dynamically. It's only a 20-minute class, so we're going to pop a prenatal Surya Namaskar salute to the sun in there. Just because during your second trimester, usually the morning sickness has tapered off and you're feeling a lot better within yourself. So we're going to start out in cat. Not surprisingly, one of the best poses for pregnancy is cat. Spreading your fingers nice and wide. Inner elbows turn to one another, and I want your knees slightly wider than your hips, making room for your pelvis and for a baby. Great. Find your neutral spine, and then when you're ready, I want you to inhale, stretch through your throat, and exhale, curl up towards the ceiling, drop your head. And then inhale to open and exhale to curl. And I want you to close your eyes and feel into the back of your body. Inhaling to open, exhaling to curl. And feel into all the areas of the spine. And then come back to a neutral spine. So prenatal yoga is not only about keeping your body supple, opening it up for birth, and helping you with the various issues that may come along with pregnancy. It's also about making time to bond with your baby. So really work in, work deep. We're going to take this neutral spine now, and I want you to inhale here, and we're going to exhale. Just gently slide that left arm underneath the body and raise the right arm in the air. And if it's available to you, I want you to tuck that hand behind your spine. 5 deep breaths here. And then inhale, raise that arm, and exhale, come all the way back up to center. Inhale here and exhale, slide your arm through to the other side. Raising the left arm, tucking it behind the spine if that's available to you. 5 deep breaths. Raise the arm, come back up onto the palms of your hands, and then come down into your forearms, like so. And I want you to just inhale and raise that right arm up towards the ceiling. looking up towards the hand. And then lower it, taking the left arm up towards the ceiling. Beautiful. Come back up onto the palms of the hands. We're going to bring the big toes together and stretch back into pose of a child. Knees wide apart, making room for the belly. Letting the belly be free and breathing into the back of the body. Good, and then look between your hands, come back up into cat. And of course, we're going to practice sexy cat. Excellent for the lumbar spine, releasing off any tension in the lower back, and excellent for baby. Really getting the pelvis moving and all the blood in the pelvis flowing, which is great for bump. So just practice drawing circles with your buttocks. And you can slow it right down if you want to. And then reverse those circles. If your lower back is painful, just move really gently through it. Keep breathing. Beautiful. Come back to a neutral spine, toes together, stretching out. Now release your elbows and your palms and just completely relax for a couple of deep breaths. Good. Look between your hands, and then you're going to gently just take your toes out and walk up to the front of your mat, feet to the hands. Good. Keep your knees bent here, nice and soft, and gently twist from side to side. Letting the head and the arms drop, the upper body is completely relaxed, and then roll gently. Again, taking note of any points in the spine that feel uncomfortable. I want you to step your feet a little wider than hip distance apart. Good, we're going to find Tadasana spine or mountain pose. Soften at your knees and draw your knees towards one another. See if you can feel an engagement at the inner thigh. Just protecting that pelvic floor. Tuck your tailbone under. Roll your shoulders back and down. Now, a Surya Namaskar sun salutation, as you can imagine for pregnancy, is slightly different to our normal one. So I'm going to take you through a full round. Good. So when you're ready, I want you to take a deep breath, inhale here. Raise your arms up and over your head to prayer, just in case you can't see my hands. And then we're going to leave the arms in prayer, and we're going to come into a squat. squat. Squats are very popular during prenatal yoga. It's great for building up strength in your legs. As you get heavier, it gets more difficult for your body to carry the weight of the baby. Take a deep breath here. Lower a little without tucking your tailbone out too much. And then bring the hands through prayer. Fold forward into Uttanasana. Keep the knees nice and soft. Drop the head. Exhale. And then inhale. We're going to step back to a lunge pose. Now, depending on the strength in your legs, you can either come into a traditional lunge pose like so, or you can drop your back knee. Either way, we're going to raise those arms up and over their head. And just look up slightly. Another deep breath. Beautiful. Lower the arms, curl the back toe, and step back to downward dog. Now we're not going to stay too long in downward dog, but we are going to walk through the feet, releasing off the backs of the legs. Inhale and exhale, sink those heels down to the mat. Inhale, release the knees, big toes together, coming back into pose of a child. Variation once more. Releasing here. Good. Inhale, look between your hands, come up, back into a cat position. Knees slightly wider than the hips, and we're going to practice tiger pose in this sun salutation. So I want you to inhale, bring that right knee to your right wrist, and exhale. Take it out behind you. Just level with your body, not high in the air. Flex your foot, push out through your heel. Inhale, come into the elbow, and exhale. Take it out behind you. Inhale towards the chin. Exhale. Take it out behind you. Inhale to the nose and exhale. And then inhale to the forehead, third eye, and exhale. Holding it here, and if you're steady, raise the other arm, look straight ahead. And releasing. Good. Tiger is really good for strengthening the lower spine. Now we're going to bring our big toes together, come back, take a rest. And when you're ready, look up. Take your toes out, curl them under. Back to downward dog. Raise your right leg in the air and then step it through. And don't worry if that takes a couple of goes to step that through. Into the lunge. Drop your back knee if you did on the other side. And raise your arm into a lunge. And lower the arms, curl the back toes, step it up to the right foot, fold forward here, keep the knees soft. Good. Inhale, step back again into that lunge, either dropping the knee or coming up into the full lunge. And if you're in the full lunge, you can rest your hands now. Looking straight ahead. But if you're coming into the kneeling lunge, raise your arms up and over your head. Good, release it. Step back to downward dog, walk through your feet. Once more. Inhale and exhale, sink your heels down. Drop your knees, big toes together, resting in Balasana. Look between your hands, come forward into a cat pose. Knees a little wider than the hips, and we're going to practice tiger on the other side. Inhale, bring your left knee to your left wrist. Exhale, take it out behind you. Keep it at hip height, not too high. Now bear in mind, we're going to bring our knee to our elbow, but these are only guidelines. You're going to get to a stage where you can't get past your belly, and you certainly can't get your knee to your chin. So please don't worry about that. Knee to chin. And then inhale, knee to nose. And then inhale, knee to forehead. Hold it here. And if it feels okay, raise your other arm. Look towards your hand. Hold it here. And then release. Big toes together, knees to the side. Breathing into the back of the body. Good. Inhale, look between your hands and take your toes out, curl your toes under, downward dog. Raise your left leg in the air. Step it through into the lunge, either on the knee, bring the arms up and over the head, or coming to a traditional lunge, looking straight ahead. Beautiful. Drop your hands down. Step your right foot now up to your left, fold forward. Keep your knees nice and soft. And then inhale, raise your arms up and over your head to prayer. And exhale, bring them down to your heart. Now one of these I think is probably enough. As you can see, prenatal yoga, particularly in the second trimester, is really about building strength in the body. Bring the tips of your thumbs together, tips of your forefingers, Yoni mudra over your belly, and just connect with your little one. Sending out all your loving thoughts and feelings to this wonderful little person who has come to grace your life. And then floating your eyes open, coming down onto your mat. So we're going to come back down to our mat, and I've used my blanket underneath my body as it's quite cold here. So if it's cold where you are, you might want to do the same thing. Nice flat pillow for under my head. And we're going to gently just practice some restorative poses. We've worked the body quite a bit, and now we're just going to release it off, particularly that lumbar spine. So I want you to bend your right knee into your belly, just to the side of your belly. Take a few deep breaths here. And I'm not going to keep you on your back too long, because when we're pregnant, it can make us feel slightly nauseous being on the back, just because we are compressing the vagus nerve. So we won't be here too long. When you're ready, take your right knee and your right hand, open it out to the side. Place your hand over your left hip if you feel you need to anchor that hip down. Breathe down into the belly. Beautiful. And then draw that knee into the belly. Take one deep breath here. And release it all the way down to the mat. See if you can feel the subtle difference in the two sides of the body. And then inhale, drawing your left knee. Take your left knee and your left hand, open it out, 5 deep breaths. And draw the knee back in. 1 breath. And then release it all the way down. Take a breath here. And then draw both knees into the belly, keeping them nice and wide, making room for the belly. Hugging the knees and then just gently rolling from side to side, releasing off any tension in the lumbar spine. Coming back to center. And I want you to take your 2 pillows or 2 bolsters now. Place them either side of your mat, just about at hip height. Take your arms out flat along the floor at shoulder height, palms facing down. Inhaling here and exhale, just allow your knees to drift over to your right hand side. Turn your head to look at your left hand if that's comfortable for your neck. 6 deep breaths here, Chitari Prakriti. And then inhale, come back to center. Exhale, release to the other side. And then come back to center. Roll all the way off to your right hand side. I want you to take just a few deep breaths here. And then make your way up to a comfortable seated position. Whatever feels good for you. Bring your hands to your belly. Just reconnect with that beautiful little baby. Sending your breath down to your belly. And then when you're ready, float your eyes open. So that is our yoga for pregnancy and lumbar spine, lower back issues. Very, very good for the second trimester. Can be practiced in the third trimester as well, but you might want to modify it a little, and as you get heavier, you probably want to cut out that Surya Namaskar. But in the second trimester, being active is a really great thing. Very inappropriate for the first trimester. Please don't practice it in your first trimester. I hope you enjoy it. Namaste.